the Executive Director of Council on American Islamic Relations, National Chapter. I would like to invite Brother Nihad Awad to speak to this gathering today.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaykum assalam.
Peace be with you. My name is Nihad Awad. I'm the National Executive Director of the Council on American Islamic Relations. The nation's largest civil rights and advocacy organization. Why am I here on Saturday? Why did I travel from Washington, D.C. to New York? I am here because I believe in peace and justice. I am not from Bangladesh. I am not from Jama'at Islami. I am not from Awami League. I am not from BNP. But I am a Muslim, I am an American, and I believe in justice and peace in Bangladesh. That's why I'm here today. The prosperity and justice in Bangladesh is an issue of importance to all Americans, not only for those who are from Bangladesh, but for all Americans. In fact, justice and peace in Bangladesh is a universal issue. That's why we're gathered here today. And I call on the visitors, the tourists with cameras, the ones who pass by, including those who are just watching this gathering, to learn about Bangladesh and what's taking place in Bangladesh today, because it is not a Bangladesh issue, it is an American issue today. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I have become involved in the issue of Bangladesh about 3 years ago. And I learned firsthand that Bangladesh needs prosperity, needs tranquility, peace, and justice. In order for this to happen, there should be the rule of law. The rule of law means no one is above the law. Any person accused of crime has to be considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. What we have seen today in the past few months, that the judicial system in Bangladesh is corrupted. The International Crimes Tribunal that was established in Bangladesh only has its name. It is not a legitimate court because it has been influenced by outsiders. And I'll give you the evidence. In December, a conversation between the Chief Judge Nihad Awad, and an outside lawyer from Belgium with the name Ahmed Ziauddin. Ahmed Ziauddin was giving the Chief Judge instructions on how to issue death sentences against the leaders of Jama'at Islami. Because of that, he was forced to resign. But guess what? The trials continue as we speak. And the trials are unfair, and they will not produce justice for anyone who's been accused of crime. Therefore, for us, Americans, people from Bangladesh and from all over, we have to raise our voices. We have to speak to our leaders in the United States. We have to speak to our elected officials. We have to contact the White House, and we tell them to use their leverage as an American institution to leverage their power over Bangladesh to make sure that there is peace and justice and there is fair trial. To conclude, unfortunately, the current government has decided to jail the top top leaders of Jama'at Islami to eliminate any political opposition, any legitimate political opposition in the country. We believe that this will lead the country into chaos, and this will enable and give advantage to Awami League, advantage for the next election. This is not a true democracy, this is dictatorship. And that's why we want you to continue to voice your opinion, to build coalitions with other human rights organizations, to speak truth to power, to communicate your concern as American citizens to your elected officials. And let me conclude by saying this. How many American citizens are here? Raise your hand. The impact of today's rally can only be shown when you contact your elected officials and ask them to take a position and communicate with the leader of Bangladesh to have justice and fair trials and end this crisis. Look at the future instead of just taking all of us to the past. Building the future needs leadership, and Bangladesh today deserves better leadership than what we have. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
أبكي على شام